Are you ready for what I've been playing, watching, reading? Let's go! Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, Bambinos. Just grabbing everything I want to talk about. I've got my props all ready to go. This is going to be this week's what I've been playing, what I've been watching, and what I've been reading. That's my what I've been playing, watching, reading dance. It'll catch on. It'll be the next big thing. All those fucking strange kids will be doing the dance on the old TikTok. So I haven't actually played. Looking back, I've always got my notes in my phone, okay? And it turns out I haven't watched, played, and really done much. But then thinking about it, I did one of these videos. I was late last week. I did one on the Monday. So this is what I've played pretty much from Tuesday to today. I haven't played anything today. I got a bit of such a sad story about my Xbox. But my Xbox One. It's not the end of the world. It might be the game, actually. So what have I been playing? Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I'm still smashing it and loving it. I gotta be honest. I can't get enough of it. But I've done now Halo 4. So I've done Halo Reach, amazing. Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4. The only one on the collection I haven't done is because you got to buy it. Is Halo ODST, I think it's called, or Halo 3 ODST. I didn't really remember. I haven't got very good memories of it. I remember it was my least favourite Halo game. But there was one or two really cool missions in there, so it feels like a Halo game. But talking about feeling like a Halo game, Halo 4, I finished it last night and really enjoyed it. There was two bugs, I guess. There was a little glitch where it's not bad in a game, I got to remind myself, this was an Xbox 360 game. It is a very good game. I don't know if I know I've played it before, but I don't think I actually finished it before. I think I must have, my memory is I got to the flying stage, where you gotta read duck and dive, and it's all the moving obstacles and stuff like that. And I think I lost, it did take me a couple of goes to do it. I'm not the best at flying missions normally, but I did it. So I finished it. But yeah, there was one glitch where I went in this room. I know you're supposed to go in this room, and the doors closed behind me, these massive doors. And the reason I know you're supposed to go in this room is because there was ammo in there. There was ammo racks up on the wall, and I couldn't get back out the door. So all the action was going on outside. And it auto-saved while I was in this room. So I had to start the fucking mission from the actual beginning. So that put me back. That was one evening. I planned to do two missions, or 2 levels. I only ended up doing 1. But I still did enjoy it. Normally, or 6, 7 times out of 10, that would have put me off and I would have gone, right, next, stop playing that. But I did really enjoy it, and unfortunately, right at the end, one of the final cutscenes, the audio was just messed up. My your health is depleted or depleted, empty. When you got empty health, I don't know how to talk sometimes, and it does that beep 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 beep, like that warning sound. That was the only audio coming out, and But when I play a video game, I normally put the subtitles on. I can't think tonight. I haven't been well. So the subtitles are on. So the subtitles were going, and Cortana was having a conversation with the main bad guy. There's no audio other than that beeping. And I was like, that's a bit of a shame. But I did notice on one of the final level, the soundtrack is amazing. The music, they got an orchestra in or something. I haven't heard that music before, which that tells me that I've never played it past that flying level. But yeah, saying it feels like a Halo game, it was weird. You can tell it was made by a different game developer. I'm not sure the history of it. I know they sold, Microsoft bought them, or them, whatever. The people that made the original couple of Halo games. I think it was, I think it was Halo Reach. And then that was their final game, and then someone else picked up the license, I think. But you can tell it was a different game developer. But it felt more like half Halo and half like Destiny. Like it was an early version of Destiny kind of thing. That was the vibe I was getting, which I do enjoy Destiny. I enjoyed the 2 games I played a lot and played them for ages. I think Destiny 2 is still going, isn't it? I have to get back into that. But yeah, I really did enjoy that. So I finished the Master Chief Collection. I'm not going to buy... well, it's only like, it's about £3. So I might buy that ODST because it just stands out because it looks like all campaigns have been completed apart from that one game. I might do it. If I really want to play it and save money, I've got it on the Xbox 360. But then again, it's only £3. So I don't know. But yeah, I've definitely had my money's worth on that. So what did I want to play after that? Halo 5, obviously. So the plan today I was trying to be clever. I was trying to install 2 games at the same time. That's installed. I've had a notification on my phone saying it's ready to play. I think my PS5 is still in sleep mode, so I'm hoping if there's any uploads or updates rather, hopefully they've all been taken care of with that. But this just, I don't know what's going on. It is obviously Xbox One. I thought it's the wrong disc or something. The disc goes in, but then it does recognise that sometimes it recognises Halo 5 is in, but then it says your disc is maybe scratched or to the wrong kind of disc kind of thing. I was like, oh, come on. But that only cost me £3. So I thought, I'll have a look on the digital store and maybe just, kind of like Killer Instinct, have a digital and a physical copy of it. Because I don't know whether, I only bought it a couple of weeks ago, but it's not a lot of money, £3. But then it's £30 on the store, so I'm not paying £30. If it was like another £3, I would have just bought it because I really like the look of it. I know for a fact I've never played this game, and it would have been so nice to play Halo 5 because I've gone through the full saga pretty much. So a bit gutted about that. And that's all I've played. It was weird when I installed Horizon Forbidden West. It was weird having the PS5 controller back in my hand because it's been well over a week since I've been anywhere near it, you know. So I was going to, while the Horizon was installing, I was going to play some Street Fighter 6 demo, but then it kind of, with the issues of the Xbox, I was like, oh no, what's the matter with this now kind of thing. But it could be the game. I'll buy another game and hopefully it's just a one-off with that game, you know. What was I going to say? Yes, I haven't played any Street Fighter 6. Yesterday, pretty much after I did my pickups video live, I had to lie down. I put a movie on while I was in bed. What did I watch? Like Star Wars or something like that. And I fell asleep straight away. And I slept solid for 2 hours. Got up at around about 6, 7 o'clock. And I thought, bugger, now I'm not going to sleep tonight now. Because the plan was to get up early today to take Rossi for a walk. But I slept like a baby again. So I think it was just because I haven't been sleeping in the week. I kind of was catching up on my sleep. My sore throat's gone, which is good news. And I woke up fresh as hell this morning. I was up at 7:30 and we were out the door, I think 8:30. And we did like an 8-9 kilometre hike this morning. Lovely walk. It's quite quiet because we were early. I don't like the crowd, see. But then I've had another nap today now, so I haven't played anything yet. I think I haven't done any housework. I've done it. I know it's exciting. I cleaned those jobs you never get around to doing. I had weeds starting to grow outside my house, at the front of the house. And I'm noticing, if you come out my door and turn left, all the houses on my street have weeded, but if you turn right, none of them have on that side, and it just looks really bad. And something I was gonna get round to doing. So I just done that today. While I've had shopping come today, I've had Amazon delivery today. Nothing exciting. Just some stuff, that you need. So I've kind of been productive, but what I'll do now, while this video is uploading, I'm going to catch up on the hoovering. It's so exciting. And then, I will play probably some Horizon Forbidden West. That's the plan, to play that. I might go live on it, who knows. What I like to do on games like that, as soon as it gets to proper open world, I like to put a pinpoint on the map, the other end of the map or the island, to see if I can get there. It's a really good way. That's how I like to explore. So maybe I'll do that, or I'll do it. Maybe I'll film it. Maybe I won't. Yes, that's all I've been playing, guys. Not a lot. What else? What have I been watching? So I watched. I'm about halfway through The Raid. I put that on earlier on today. The Raid 2. The Raid 1, it didn't catch me by surprise because a lot of people have told me that I would love that movie. I watched it on Netflix, and then I realised Raid 1 and 2 is on Netflix. So I started to watch the second one, and I'm really impressed with it. You can tell they've got a bigger budget. I was quite nicely surprised. It literally carries on straight away from the first movie, and then there is a thing 2 years later kind of thing. I'm not going to say any much more about it, about the story, because I don't want to spoil it, but if you haven't seen the Raid 1, I strongly recommend it. But the Raid 2, they got a bigger budget, and it's really cool camera work, but there's this slow motion bit. It made me laugh, where you can see in his, is it proficient for in his side vision? I'm not even going to try and say that word. Where you can see bad guys. It's not really a spoiler. So he's in prison. That's the only spoiler. I'm glad it. Basically, I thought the Raid 1 was a massive success in a building. I thought the Raid 2, it's in another building, a bigger, better building or something like that. So I'm really pleasantly surprised. I 100% thought it was in another building. I thought it was the same thing, but bigger, better kind of thing. So there's a part where he's in prison, and these bad guys are coming up towards him, and it's pissing down with rain. There's mud everywhere. They're out in the yard or whatever, and they're all crammed in this shelter thing, really small shelter to get out of the rain. And he's there with his a brush, and he's unscrewing. You can see them coming, so he's unscrewing the brush handle to use as a weapon, but they do it in slow motion, and it zooms down. It's got him there in his flip-flops, and he's as if it's epic. Oh my god, he's so clever. He's unscrewing, and it's so cinematic. It's probably the most cinematic brush filmed in history. Do you know what I mean? I really did appreciate that. I was oh wow, okay, but you can tell they got a much bigger budget, and there's some really interesting, cool camera angles. I love all that shit in movies. I do. So I'm about halfway through, maybe just under halfway through, and I'm really enjoying what I've seen so far. Then the movies, I watched this last night, Megan. Watched it all in one sitting. Whoop whoop. I hardly ever do that, so it must be a good movie. Will I watch it again? Yes. When I finished it, I thought, I'll have a look how much CEX will give me for trading. Because now's the time, while it's I think it's £12 in CEX to buy new. So I don't know exactly, maybe it's £5 or £8 they'll give you. But I gotta be honest, I probably will enjoy watching that again. There's a couple of extra features. And I know I said yesterday, or when I initially picked it up, I'd rather have the DVD copy because it's cheaper. But visually, the cameras they must be using, it was stunning to look at. Nothing exciting. A house is a nice house. It's not an amazing house. It's the movies. It's never blue skies, never stunning. It's just filmed on a normal rainy day. And it's just visually impressive. It must be the director, the art style the director was going for. It's a bit of a slow start, but then I wasn't really the woman. I don't know who she is. Nothing wrong with the acting in it. I just couldn't get. I'm not saying I didn't like her, but I thought it was boring, quite at the start, kind of thing. And then basically, as soon as Megan appears, it's really funny, really kind of like child's play. I gotta be honest. It ticked all the boxes. It's quite a safe movie. There wasn't much of a twist at the end. I don't want to give spoilers away. So yeah, I won't say, like, kind of the end, there was another robot in it, and I thought, yeah, that robot's going to come back and making another appearance. So I called the end. It's not a massive twist. But it's funny. I didn't like what happened to the dog. Poor dog. I know he was a naughty boy, but when bad stuff happens to any dog on movies, I don't like it. Poor thing. But it is funny what she does with... I'll tell you one scene then, where she's supposed to be turned off, or she is turned off, and in this special school that the little girl goes to, she basically refuses to go to like an open day unless she can bring Megan with her. And the guardian, that's not her mother, that's her guardian. The guardian finally gives in, but Megan's supposed to stay with all the other teddies, and it's funny seeing her there with all these massive teddies if she's shoved onto a shelf kind of thing. And and there's the bully, and she's paired up, this new girl's paired up with the bully because no one else wants to work with him, and he's a lot bigger, like most bullies are, you know, but he's an asshole. He is an asshole. They straight away, the way it's written, you know, he's a dick. Do you know what I mean? So you don't feel sorry for him. He is still only a kid, to be fair, like a 13-year-old kid or something. But he's basically like gonna like just mess with Megan, and like he takes her shoes off and he's like hitting her or whatever, just damaging it because he's a dick. And then Megan turns on, right? It was so funny, right? I don't think I've seen anyone's ear being pulled off in a movie. So I think it deserves an Oscar for the best removing of someone's ear in a movie. Okay, it was so funny. She's pulling his ear, right? His ear's over here, like he would be, but it's like, it looks quite rubbery, and he's like, the boy, and she basically pulls it off. It's terrible, and she's not done with him then, you know, he's running away kind of thing. Yeah, it's funny, but I think she's maybe overpowered because she's so small, and you can tell she's light because, for example, that boy picks her up easily. Looks like an average, like a doll. How much you think a doll would weigh if it was like 4 foot tall kind of thing? It doesn't give the impression that he's dragging this really heavy, like Terminator, a small Terminator round, you know, because Terminators are heavy, aren't they? Like if they jumped the top of a car, it would dent the car kind of thing, you know? But yeah, it was like, hang on, how she's so like Superman kind of strong, you know? But I just went with it and I had a ton of fun. So I definitely recommend watching that. I'm glad I bought it as well. I didn't want to play the waiting game because I was every advert I've seen about this movie, it's made me more and more excited to go and check it out. Okay, so that's 1.5 movies. That's pretty good for me, that is. I plan to watch the new Avatar movie, Way of Water. I thought it was called Way of the Water. I'm probably just going to... It's too confusing on Amazon. I don't know what I'm buying, so I'll just go on iTunes and I'll buy it on iTunes, and then when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm not going to buy it until I can physically see it. I got it in my hand, but that's another film I really am excited to watch, you know, and that'll be another treat for me for getting my promotion, which I start tomorrow morning. YouTube. Yes, I have watched a lot of YouTube. I didn't watch any last weekend because I didn't have internet, so it was nice to switch off. I think someone said in the comments it's nice to go off the grid kind of thing. Yeah, definitely. It does you some good sometimes. But then I love YouTube. I watch it all the time. A lot of things. It's so educational. YouTube is. There's a channel out there for pretty much everything you can possibly think of, probably. So this week's video of the week is a channel I've shouted out before. I'm a big fan of this channel. The channel is Linda the Gamer Gal, and the video is 5 video game novels you need to check out. Oh, I was going to grab my video game novels. Yeah, it was basically Linda the Gamer Gal. You can tell she's a hardcore gamer. She's where I got my idea of the £100 game challenge. I need to do another one of them. That's where I got it from, her channel. I'm sure I tagged her or mentioned in it. So you got a £100 game challenge. You've just bought a PS4, for example, and you've got a budget of £100. What games would you recommend? Or what games would you buy? Or your mate comes to you, what games would you recommend that they buy for £100? Really good idea, and I really enjoy making those videos. Yeah, so, and the other thing as well is, it's very impressive, right? So staying with the channel, I'll get to the video, okay? It's very, what I like about Linda is the amount of games she plays every single month. She does like a monthly recap, and it's like games I beat in January, games I beat in February, and it's loads. And the other thing I like is it's not always it's not, like, if I wanted to beat loads of games, I gotta be honest, I play a lot of fighting games. And now I'm getting back into my first-person shooters. I struggle with RPGs, but Linda will play them all. She'll play like 2 fighting games, but one will be on like Game Gear or something. Then another one will be like a Neo Geo game. Then she'll play RPGs. Then she'll play puzzle games. She like very. I have no idea how she selects what game she's gonna play. She might just like be old school and just look at her game collection and go, I'm gonna play that. Boom. I think she live streams as well. I think. Yeah, she does, because I've had notifications for her live stream. So yeah, go check out the channel, Linda the Gamer Gal. But the video is 5 video game novels you need to check out. And 2 stood out for me was Hitman, and the other one was Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat, I think, was to go alongside the movie, you know, the 90s movie, and I went to the cinema to watch that. I convinced all my mates. I think I went with my swimming friends. I convinced them all it was going to be the next Star Wars, and their expectation was up here. I came out thinking it was the best thing ever. I was a little bit scared of Goro. I was the perfect age. I was 13 or something, 14 maybe, when I watched it. And I could tell some of my mates were like, what was that shit? Do you know what I mean? But I've always been a big fan of Mortal Kombat. But I had no idea there was a book. So Linda does say in the channel it's quite collectible. So maybe check it out on like a PDF format, or maybe Amazon do a Kindle version or something like that. Normally that's a good way to go, but I wanted a physical. So I went on eBay. Fucking hell, £200 for a book, and it's a paperback book, and the condition was, it looked not like the books you see in hotels and then people leave books behind. It was that kind of condition that about 8 or 9 people have read before you, you know. And I was like, oh my god! But I managed to find it for £6. And I think it's £5 postage, so I'm paying £11 for it. I can justify that. But they're using a stock photo, but I've bought from this seller before. Bought quite a few books, Abe Books, ABE, and they've got really good site actually. I think you can buy books from all over the world. You've got to be careful what language the book is in. I bought about 5 or 6 books, really hard collectible books, but then they seem to have them. They might be like library books or something like that, so expect it to be read at least 8 to 10 times. But yeah, that's coming, but I think shipping the end of May, that's going to arrive. I'll wait. It looks like it's worth the wait on that. But yeah, it got me thinking, what video game books have I read? I've read a couple of the like novels rather. I've got a lot of like the manga and stuff. Splinter Cell had a book saying, well, as I was just saying, in hotels. I was on holiday once abroad somewhere, and I'd read the book I brought with me. I pretty much read that on the aeroplane on the way there, and I was struggling to sleep because I needed my book. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll have a look in the foyer tomorrow now at the books. And I had one of the Splinter Cell books. And the only other books I got about 5 of them, is... what have I got? Sorry, I had a notification just come through. The Assassin's Creed books. There's quite a few of them. But I either love or hate the Assassin's Creed books. So the games. So I will check them out. What it was, my mother has read them, and she'd given me the books. You know, like what we used to do. Every other week we'd buy books in like Asda, and they got like 2 for £7 or something like that. 1 week she'd pay, and 1 week I'd pay, and she picked up Assassin's Creed. She goes, oh, I think you'll really enjoy this. And yeah, she really, really did enjoy it, you know. So yes, getting back to Linda the Gamer Gal, please, I will tag the channel in the description. That seems to work, and it lets so hopefully Linda know, she'll get a notification. But yeah, go check out her channel. It's very good variety of games on her channel, you know. And she does as well, I'm not sponsored by Linda or anything, she does some really cool like arcade tours. There's still places in America where you can, you know, like the old school arcades, like 90s, and she went somewhere. I think they had like Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinets. So they were all there, you know. I was like, oh my God, I wish we had places like that. The only places we've got like that in the UK that I'm aware of, they're more bars kind of thing. I don't want to be around drunk people and arcade machines, you know. I just don't want to do it. So, yeah, that's my video of the week. 5 video game novels you need to check out. And that leads me on to what have I been reading. I planned to finish this book last week, right? I'm still not even halfway. I haven't been sleeping. Not going into it too much. I've argued with my mother basically on holiday. So I sound like DSP, don't I? I've done nothing wrong. In my opinion, I've done nothing wrong. But yeah, it's not nice. But it's families that you fall out to make up, whatever. So it's been playing on my mind kind of thing. So when I've been getting home from work, I've pretty much been diving into my bed. The thought of getting a book out hasn't really appealed to me. The first couple of nights I did read, so I'm on like 130 odd pages. I think that's not far off halfway. Well, that's what I've read. That's what's left. So yeah, just under halfway, I want to say. Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. It's slow story, but starting to pick up now, you know. But it's very detailed. There's like there's a lot of characters, and like in a movie, you'll show the characters and they'll have conversations. Because in a novel, each character, you can say what they're thinking, and there can be flashbacks and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm still enjoying it, sticking with it. I'm gonna read that. I'll finish that. Hopefully, Mortal Kombat will come out. I'm gonna smash that as well, and I'm gonna get back into Berserk. I said that last week, but I think I got 2 sealed. But I got a good memory. I know exactly. I don't need to read volumes 1 to 4 again before I read one. I know exactly where I am with the story. I got it. It's logged in there, you know. As I was reading the last couple of chapters, I was like, right, remember this now, Tony. Remember this. Yeah, so that is my what I've been up to last week. I'm going to, funny, I just mentioned DSP. A couple of people have commented. I reference him. I'm far from a fan of the guy. I'm a fan of he calls them the detractor channels, or he calls them actually the troll channels. He's just basically, I'm going to do a video on, let me know if anyone wants me to do this, like maybe a top 10 reasons why I don't hate the guy, why I dislike DSP. He's been a YouTuber. He was a very big YouTuber in the early YouTube days. He was an ex-Street Fighter Evo player, not champion. He calls himself a champion. So, okay, one of the things I don't like about the guy, I'm sorry I'm rambling on a bit. There was Evo one year. He came fourth in Evo, but it was a game that the Street Fighter community, I think it was a PS1 port of Street Fighter 2, and it was like a shit port of Street Fighter 2, so all the big names didn't play it. They either boycotted that game. They all played something else. So hardly anyone, no, like Evo, thousands of people enter Evo, don't they, you know? And there's so many people, so much talented people. So he came, first three were Japanese players. He came fourth, and he was the first American placed player, because hardly anyone turned up, basically. So that's been his thing, Evo champion. He thinks he's like American champion. He didn't get a trophy or anything. Hey, I came first, the American. No, he didn't have any of that, but that was how I found out who he was. And he was a YouTuber when YouTube was a new thing, so there wasn't many channels out there. Like, I'm really late to the party. But he's a full-time YouTuber, and he's the most ungrateful person probably alive. So yeah, I will do a video. I want to do a video on him, but I'm trying to make a note on my phone. There's so many things, these shit things he's done. Like he lies to everyone all the time, and he always gets caught out in a lie. So I don't want to mess it up, kind of thing. So I probably will do it. I forgot about this. I forgot about that. Because every year there's at least 10 massive controversies every single year. So I want to do a video on DSP. I might do a video on Horizon Forbidden West. I want to catch up. I want to watch Avatar. What else do I want to do? I want to definitely going to get back into the Street Fighter 6 demo. I want to play that at least once a week, ready for Street Fighter 6 coming out in less than a month. In a month we'll have it, guys. Everyone in the world will be playing Street Fighter 6. The world is about to change, and I mean everyone, from DSP to King Charles will be playing it. Everyone will be playing that game, and your gran will be playing it. Trust me, it's going to change the world. It's going to change the world we look at video games. Yeah, I think we'll cut it off there. That's all I wanted to say. Let me know, does anyone want me to do a video on DSP? And let me know in the comments, what's the worst thing you think DSP has done? Just to jog my memory. Okay, yeah, thank you very much for watching, boys and girls, grannies and aunts. Have a good rest of your Sunday. As always, love you, bye.